Grace and peace, Grand Rapids. This is Pastor Leroy Tolbert. I'm so grateful that you tuned in this afternoon or this morning, whichever time of day it is today. We're so excited that you tuned in to look at the Ultrapreneurs, local entrepreneurs in the city of Grand Rapids that's on the move. And certainly the Lord is doing a marvelous thing. Whether we believe it or not, there's someone in our midst that has something embedded in their spirit. But oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. I'm favored today to have two of my brothers here today, Michael Turner, which is from LegalShield, as well as another one of my brothers, Vernon Gates is his name, and they're here from LegalShield. And we just want to kind of throw out some information to the city of Grand Rapids that we are on the move. And I'm excited and I'm well pleased and blessed that the Lord allowed me to be in their company today. So what I would like to do, if we can start out with Michael Turner. Michael, I'd just like for you to introduce yourself and just tell Grand Rapids a little bit about you personally, and then we'll move on. And then as well, Vernon, if you would do so likewise.
All right, well, thank you, Pastor. Definitely appreciate you having me here. My name is Michael Turner. I live currently in Grand Rapids. I was born and raised up north Michigan, a place called Willoughby Park, Michigan, 12 miles south of Baldwin.
Yeah.
But we live here in Grand Rapids now, and I'm just excited. Me and my wife, Michelle, we have 5 children. They're 2 young adults, 2 in school, and we have a baby girl, Naisha. So we're just glad to be here, to share some information to help the community out.
All right, Vernon.
All right. My name is Vernon Gates. I am originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Attended Creston High School, went into the United States Army, was an MP for 4 years.
Wow.
Returned back here, and now I work currently for the Postal Service, and I do LegalShield part-time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Grand Rapids, there's still hope. Whatever you do in life, always remember, do not allow your dream to sit in dormant. You can do what you want to do. All you have to do is move forward, focus, and stay at a point in which that we all familiar with. Stay on that straight and narrow path.
Amen.
Now I want to ask my brothers, if you would, just give me some basic information. What is LegalShield? I hear that name. What is LegalShield? And the Grand Rapids is asking, what is LegalShield? Michael, tell me about LegalShield just a little bit.
Well, LegalShield is a unique service. Okay, it's a prices benefit. That's a value. What LegalShield has done is negotiated with lawyers and law firms around the country to give you the ability to talk to an attorney on any matter without worrying about the hourly cost. Okay, for a low, flat monthly fee, you can access legal advice no matter how traumatic or trivial the issue may be.
Okay, let me ask you this concerning LegalShield. I know Grand Rapids may be asking this here. In time past, whether we want to admit it or not, all of us are faced with a dilemma in our lives where we need a representative. Is LegalShield what you think that, or should I say, is a area in which everybody in Grand Rapids need to focus on, needing somewhat of legal advice? Is that an area?
Well, absolutely. Well, when I first got introduced to LegalShield, I looked at it and said, well, I'm not in any trouble. I'm not a troublemaker, so why would I need to have a plan to protect me from LegalShield? But as soon as I saw what the services offer, it just showed me that, hey, there's been instances in my life where already I could have used the service. And just to be able to help you make better decisions in life. We can't afford to make too many bad decisions, but having access to a legal system, an attorney, to get the advice you need to help you navigate through life's travel, through nice troubles and trials, and even just simple questions is a good thing to have.
It's a good thing. Okay, Vernon, just a question for you, just a short question. What is LegalShield to you? What type of aspects in life, or what sense of direction have LegalShield prompt you to have being involved with LegalShield?
Being in LegalShield was really, I kind of have to echo what Mr. Turner said. I realized that using an attorney, you shouldn't use them like you would use the fire department. You don't wait till you have an emergency and then call for help. What you want to do is make better decisions to avoid the trouble altogether. So LegalShield for me allowed me to do that for my family. And my family was the most important thing, and that's what they did for me. When I was growing up and couldn't make decisions for myself, other people had to make decisions for me to me to get the biggest benefit, and that's what LegalShield allows me to do.
Okay, because we living in a big mama's day and time.
Yeah.
Where what we do normally, we see our families when they are in trouble, they try to reflect back on grandparents or parents as far as assistance or financial needs. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm not sure if I'm on the right wave with LegalShield, but is somewhat of like a pre-prep for legal services? What really what does LegalShield benefit a family? That's what I'm asking. What does it?
Well, the easiest way to explain that is most people don't understand that for an attorney to give you any kind of advice, meaning if you got a simple question, that attorney cannot answer that question by law unless you retain them.
All right.
And normally an attorney's retainer is $1,000, $1,500, just to get them on the phone or just to find out maybe a simple answer to a simple question. LegalShield eliminates that. You don't have to pay that $1,500 retainer or $1,000 retainer. You pay $20 a month. You're able to pick up a phone, and now that attorney can answer your questions about a mortgage or review your paperwork. So as you make decisions for your life, you no longer, we relieve that money, that financial burden. So now you can focus on making the right decision, and you can check your rights before you check your wallet.
All right. Michael, just a short question. I heard $20 a month, and I mean, I have children, and that's a Happy Meal.
Well, actually, for less than awesome. For less than $20 a month, you can protect your family. The membership covers you, your spouse. If you have children up to age 23 at the full-time college students, if you're guarding over your children up to the 18th birthday, and if they're physically or mentally challenged children, covers them for the life of the membership.
Okay.
One family, one plan.
Okay, so basically, is no particular number of family members, but basically if they're in the household, or is it? Absolutely. Okay, I like that. Another question that I wanted to just ask LegalShield, those of you that have just tuned in, we're with one of the most movingest agencies that I know, departments, whatever you want to call it, department, agencies, auxiliaries, for some of us that really don't have the vocabulary words. But I'm talking to LegalShield, two of the most prominent brothers in the city of Grand Rapids that's working with LegalShield. And whether you all realize it or not, you need to call a neighbor, you need to call a friend and say, tune in live. My brothers is on TV trying to give us some more than I can just say this here advice that we all need as being who we are, African Americans, or whether we want to go out of our race. To all of the city of Grand Rapids, whether you be Caucasian, Spanish, this is a phone call that you need to make. Let your family members get tuned in today to Entrepreneurs on the Move in the city of Grand Rapids with Pastor Leroy Tolbert and LegalShield representatives. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, another question for my brother. Michael, just a question to you. Do you have staff that's working with you far as helping to get your LegalShield Foundation, or do you have a quorum of team leaders? Or
absolutely, Pastor.
Okay.
I'm an independent associate of LegalShield.
Okay.
But as I share this information, particularly, let's say for example, I shared this information with Mr. Gates. He saw the value in the service and said, hey, I know some other people that would like to know this information as well. So we brought him on board, and now he's part of the team helping me reach as many people as we can with this valuable information. Okay. Because I can't reach everybody by myself in Grand Rapids, so definitely needed a little help.
It was an old cliche that it takes a whole community. Amen. And if the people of Grand Rapids will understand, if we get behind our entrepreneurs that are on the move, it could make it even lighter, the load. And I'm looking at this LegalShield at my own personal perspective. This is something that we can't even debate on, Grand Rapids. This is something that we need, because we all have children, we have grandchildren, and we have neighbors, and we have siblings that one day we may not be faced with dilemmas right now, but as my grandparents would tell me, keep living. You're gonna have to go through something. And this is just a way of assisting you, that you will not have to be faced with such a big debt at that moment, because you've invested in it all the time. So Vernon, just a short question for you. Is there set rates far as LegalShield? Is there monthly rates? How do you all come up with that component? What is that? Is a set?
The way we do it is actually a flat monthly fee instead of you paying by the hour.
Okay.
So when you sign up for our membership, depending on what your needs are, we have basically a graduated scale. If you come in at our most basic level, it would be $17, and then it goes up from there. So depending on what you need, and whether or not you wanted identity theft coverage and some of the other things that we offer, that would be the base where your starting point for anybody who wanted to come in and take advantage of our service. Okay.
I'm glad you said identity theft. That's something that we're all dealing with. You know, you can be, as myself, working in the community, sometimes you shred papers, and some papers you do not shred. Even being a pastor, and whether we believe it or not, we live in a technical day and time where people are always trying to get ahead. And people are stealing individuals' identities with social security numbers, phone numbers, addresses, emails. It's just a critical day and time. You can receive a $5,000 check overnight, just because. So what do that identity theft consist of?
Identity theft, what it actually allows you to do, and I'm glad that you mentioned, identity theft here, because really it's bigger than just losing a check or something. It's actually your wallet, your cell phone, because people are able to actually, charge payments with a cell phone. So our identity theft coverage is actually provided by Kroll. We partner with that company. Kroll, if you're not familiar with them, they do federal background checks. So if you ever had a government job like we do, or you ever been in the military, Kroll was the one who actually investigated and did your background check. But we partner with them, and what they actually do is they give you all the normal things that's covered in identity theft products. So that means restoration, credit score, advice on how to improve your score. Now, what makes us different is that we have a restoration. That means that if your identity is stolen once you have our service, that Kroll guarantees that it will stay like that, or they will go in with you or as you to restore your credit back to the way it was because you actually had our service.
Wow. Can't ask for more.
Absolutely.
Can't ask for more. Basically, even in that theft identity, is each family member covered?
We actually have identity theft for the individual member who actually signs up for our membership, and we do up to 4 children.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. 4. And that's normally a household.
Right.
I'm a father of 4.
Now, if you have more than 4 children, what you can actually do with our service is rotate those children in or out. So you actually won't incur another fee, and you can at least check during certain times of the year and make sure that your whole family is actually covered.
And one more question. I know Grand Rapids is watching and they're looking.
Absolutely.
So basically, in the identity theft, is that covered up under the $20 a month, or is that a different component that LegalShield offer, or what type of setting? Is that something totally different? Is that a different department? Or?
What we actually do is partner them together, and I can let Mr. Turner explain that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, well, the membership that covers the standard family plan, that covers the family with the legal services, $17 a month. Our standard family plan. For additional $9.95 is what we add on for if you choose to protect your family's identity. That's what we add on, $9.95.
Okay, the $9.95 go with the 17.
Right, which gives you a monthly bundle of $26.95, month to month, no long-term contracts.
Okay, $26.95. The bail bondsmen, they're my friends. I know. They're like, wow. So Grand Rapids, we need to really consider these 2 entrepreneurs from LegalShield and understand that the doors is open. I want, Michael, if you could give them an email, phone number, address, or something that they can establish, that they can contact LegalShield, because I'm pretty sure, as well as myself, it's something that's needed. It's no question or debate. Grand Rapids, we have to really incline ourselves to be in tune to know that we have to look out for our future. So I'm asking you, do you have a phone number or email that the city of Grand Rapids can
Absolutely,
contact?
Grand Rapids. You can contact me at 231-250-6035. We're in the Grand Rapids and surrounding areas. Also, you can email me at michaeleturner@legalshield.com. That's michaeleturner@legalshield.com. You can also view our corporate website at legalshield.com.
All right. Another question for you, Mike and Vernon. Just wondering, is this a contract that the people will be basically responsible for, or is it a component that you pay monthly, or is it a weekly? What does this consist of when you join LegalShield? Because automatically I know there's a contract that's involved.
Okay, well, you get your membership activated with the first month's membership and a one-time $10 enrollment fee. Now you can pay your membership fees monthly. You can pay it biannually, or semi-annually, or annually. Okay. Yep. And it comes out of either your checking, savings, your direct debit.
Okay, direct. Okay, basically, I think that's for now, because me as a person, I know daily you're so busy, and I like that the month to month. Or what if you never use the service? What, is it still open to you? You could be involved with it for, say, about 6 months and never use the service. But that 7th month,
you use it. Yep, absolutely. As long as you're a member, if something comes up, you definitely get on the phone, talk to your attorney about it.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Oh, and one other thing I'd like to mention too about the cost is the fact that it's a lifetime rate. So as our company grows and we move forward, who knows what the cost of our membership will be at 20 years from now.
Wow.
But right now, if you get our service, we're guaranteeing you that you are locked in at that $26.95 rate. So as we add benefits to the service, which we do sometimes, you will not pay any extra money. So there are individuals who had our membership for 20 years. And some of those individuals are paying less than the $26.95, but they get the same service for for supporting our company as we grow.
Okay, so as you grow, and I come in at $26.95. Now 3 years later, I'm still at $26.95.
$26.95.
Grand Rapids, I know you all are excited about this because I can just remember sitting in the courtroom with some of my families, and being a social worker in the city of Grand Rapids, I can recall sitting with a number of people and families that their debt was so, over the head that, they basically had to go to friends and families, try to get loans to even, sit before a judge or to sit before a lawyer and discuss the case concerning their family member. And I'm thinking in my mind, if I'm correct, this is something that we can't even turn down. Well, this is something that we need.
Well, Pastor, it comes down to $200 an hour or $200 a year.
Wow.
Okay. Like as you mentioned, the membership covers gives you the ability to pick up the telephone and talk to an attorney on any matter. We're going to call you during your normal business hours, but it gives you the ability to pick up the phone and just get legal advice. Letters and phone calls written on your behalf. Okay. Contracts and documents reviewed before you sign them, so you know exactly what you're going into. Because every contract that's written up has been written up by an attorney, just not yours. So why not have it reviewed before you sign it? You may have some documents, maybe some comes in the mail that you don't understand. Why not run it by your attorney? Okay. Also, we know 7 out of 10 people don't have a will.
That's right.
Okay. Only you know in that number where you lie. But it's just for trying our services, we give you access. We will give you a will, a living will, and a healthcare power of attorney for being a member of our services. Okay. So once again, it comes down to $200 a year or $200 an hour. What would you like? What would you prefer?
I choose the year. So basically, I like that. So if we're dealing with, and normally I visit nursing homes, and that's my passion, to visit elderly. And I can recall going even to the nursing home facilities. There's so many elderly people there, and I hear them, saying to me, I didn't have time to take care of my business. I don't want my estate to just go to the city or the state because they never had time to get their family requirements or assets all taken care of writing. Would you all, as a business, are you capable of setting groups where you can come in and do trainings to churches and family members? Is this something that you can do, where you can do a workshop?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is our goal, to educate and inform the community of this service. Okay, and give them the opportunity to make a decision for less than $1 a day, which do you want to protect your family. But that is our goal, to come and educate and inform the community of this service.
Okay. So the community in which you and I, all of us live in, we know we're the Bible, and I'm not trying to bring biblical perspectives in.
Please do, Pastor.
But it's in my heart. But the Bible says that we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And we know basically knowledge is power. And sometime as a people, even as a child, you can't make a child eat. You can only offer.
Absolutely.
And so Grand Rapids, what's going on with LegalShield, they're offering general support to the whole nation, or should I say the whole world. And sometimes as a people, we miss, sometimes many cases, our blessings by murmuring and complaining. And as a representative of the entrepreneurs in the city of Grand Rapids, these brothers from LegalShield, and what really just make me just pull my hat off to the both of you, you work overtime trying to connect the people to advice. And I'm going to say legal advice is spiritual advice as well, because whether we believe it or not, we all need some type of advice one way or another, whether it be good or bad. And sometimes we make wrong choices and we go down the wrong road. But today, I think sitting at this table with the LegalShield representatives, Grand Rapids, they have a plan, they have a mission, and they're offering it to Grand Rapids. And I want to ask you again, Mike, if you would, Michael Turner, if you would give your web as well again, for they can be aware how they can reach you, phone number, if you would just do that for me. Okay,
once again, Grand Rapids, my phone number is 231-250-6035. Email is michael.e.turner@LegalShield.com, MichaelEturner@LegalShield.com. The website, our corporate website, is www.LegalShield.com.
Are you ready, Grand Rapids, to experience total peace of mind? I dare you to try LegalShield. Come on in with Michael Turner. Come on in with Vernon. Vernon Gates, if you would. They're here, they're ready, they're available. Only thing you have to do is make that move. Come on with it. Let's get it together. Grand Rapids, thank you for watching. It's your day to be with the entrepreneurs, the movers, the shakers of Grand Rapids, Michigan, along with myself, Pastor Leroy Tolbert, the pastor of Deliverance Outreach Ministry. Yours truly, get it moving.